The real currency of love. There is a quiet belief spreading through modern dating culture. If a man doesn't spend money on a woman, he's not worthy. No gifts, no value. No expensive dates, no seriousness. No financial investment, no commitment. But here is the uncomfortable truth. A man can spend thousands and still be emotional bankrupt. And another man can have modest means but invest something far more powerful: integrity, presence, loyalty, discipline, protection, growth. Today we are talking about why so many people confuse money with value and why the men who don't invest values into their woman are the poorest of all. The illusion of financial proof. Let's be honest. Money feels tangible, it's measurable, visible, public. You can post the dinner, you can show the vacation, you can photograph the handbag. Money is loud, values are quiet. You don't see patience in a photo, you don't post integrity, you don't caption emotional maturity. So culture defaults to what can be seen. Social media amplifies this. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok reward spectacle, not substance. A luxury date performs better than a healthy boundary, and somewhere along the way, investment become synonymous with spending. But spending is not sacrifice. Spending is not leadership. Spending is not love. Money can be a symbol of effort, yes, but if it is not the foundation. A house built on money without values is a beautiful structure with no plumbing. It looks impressive, but it cannot sustain life. Why money became the metric? Historically, financial provision mattered, stability mattered, survival depend on it. But we are no longer living in survival based partnerships in most modern societies. Women today earn, lead, build, invest. Yet the old scripts linger. If he doesn't spend, he doesn't care. Why? Because money is easy to quantify. Character is not. You can calculate a bill. You cannot calculate emotional safety. You can compare salaries. You cannot compare consistency. So instead of asking, does he respect me? Does he grow? Does he protect my peace? We ask, what did he buy? It's simpler, but it's shallow. And shallow metrics create shallow relationships. The poverty of low value men. Here is the bold statement. A man who doesn't spend money but lacks values is poor. Not financially poor, spiritually poor, morally poor, relationally poor. What is a man worth of he lies easily, avoids accountability, disappears emotionally, flirts for validation, refuses discipline, avoids growth? He may pay for dinner, he may fund vacations, he may buy gifts, but he does not invest honesty, stability, leadership, protection, emotional regulation, vision. Then he is bankrupting the currency that actually sustains a woman. Because women do not flourish under luxury alone. They flourish under safety, admiration, and alignment. A man who cannot control his impulses but can swipe a credit card is not high value. He is just high spending. What real investment looks like? Let's redefine investment. Real investment is showing up when it's inconvenient, protecting her reputation when she's not in the room, choosing discipline over ego, building something that lasts, leading with integrity, not intimidation. Real investment is emotional availability. It's a man who says, I will grow so that we grow. It is consistency over extravagance. A woman feels safe not because of receipt, but because of reliability. You can't outsource character. You can't finance maturity, and you can't buy leadership. Those are built in silence, daily, repeatedly. For women, raise the standard beyond money. If you measure a man only by how much he spends, you may attract performers. But if you measure him by how he behaves under pressure, you attract builders. Stop asking, what does he buy me? Start asking, how does he treat me when no one is watching? How does he respond to conflict? Does he invest in himself? A man investing in therapy, fitness, discipline, business growth, emotional intelligence, that is future wealth. And future wealth sustains. For men, become rich in values. You are a man listening to this. Do not confuse generosity with worth. Yes, provide. Yes, be generous. Yes, create comfort. But never substitute money for character. If you lack discipline, fix it. If you lack vision, build it. If you lack emotional control, master it. Because the strongest currency you bring into a relationship is not your wallet, it's your standards. A man who invests values becomes irreplaceable. A man who invests only money becomes optional. Money can decorate love, but values sustain it. Money can impress, values create legacy. At the end of the day, the richest relationships are not built on transactions, they are built on trust. So the next time someone says, he's not spending, he is not worthy, ask a better question. Is he investing who he is or just what he has? Because the man who does not invest values into his woman, he's the poorest man in the room. And the woman who learns to recognize that, she will never confuse glitter for gold again.